I just want to give a little recap, a little review about the Excellence Resort. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you have been following me along, you may have noticed that I have been posting from my recent trip to Cancun that I took with my family, and I just want to give a little recap, a little review about the Excellence Resort that we stayed at in Playa Mujeres, and it was such an incredible trip. So right off the bat, when we arrived, we were given a glass of champagne, which was delicious, and we were whisked up to the second floor for the VIP check-in. Yes, we were VIP members during this trip, and there were so many little perks that we got because of that. After checking in and placing our $600 security deposit, which honestly, if you use the spa or if you do any of the other fun activities like jet skiing or anything like that, that money gets returned to you. But we were taken up to our rooms, and if you want to see what one of the rooms looks like, you can just go ahead and watch the video that I will link up here so you can see what it's like, because they're beautiful. But before I fully dive into my thoughts about the Excellence Resort, I want to share with you guys that Excellence has an app, and it's actually a pretty awesome app. Great. It's user-friendly, clean, clear, easy to use, and it has all the lists of the restaurants, has a map, and it has like a list of the menus or room service things and daily activities and the nightly entertainment. So definitely download the app before you go, because it is super, super helpful. All right, but I'm going to kind of break this down into a couple different categories. So the first category I want to talk about is food, because I just love the food. I love food in general, but the food here is incredible. There are 13 restaurants and 13 bars, and they have different ranges of places. They have like a sushi teppanyaki place, they have an Indian restaurant, they have a Mediterranean restaurant, a lobster house, a grill. So many foods, any type of food that you want for anybody. And they also have a cafe which has great coffee, great pastries. It's kind of perfect for a little like pre-breakfast little pick-me-up. But something I want to mention about these restaurants is that they do require a dress code, which you can find in the app. It tells you which one is requiring a casual dress, casual elegance, or elegance, and it's different for lunchtime versus dinner. So definitely want to be mindful of that, because we were turned away once, maybe twice. So just keep that in mind. But a couple of the shout-out dishes that I still dream about days, weeks later is the korma dish at the Basmati restaurant. Oh my gosh, I think it was a family favorite. So amazing, so good. I need to figure out where I can find it back here in Minnesota, because that was incredible. But there was that. There was also one of my favorites was the shrimp tacos at the grill. Taco of the trip. So good. At the Agave Mexican restaurant, they have Oaxacan cheese that I had on a fajita, and oh my gosh, amazing. You will not go wrong with any of the food. The food is top notch there. It's so good. So the next thing I want to talk about are the activities, the amenities, and the spa, because yes, we went to the spa and it was such a beautiful experience. Again, I documented that time there, so if you want to see what that was like, I will put it up here so you can take a peek and be a little jealous, because it was super, super relaxing. But yes, the spa was absolutely gorgeous. All of the ladies there were so gentle and so sweet, and it was such a great time because we did have a rainy day, so it was kind of nice just to escape the rain and be treated to a little massage. I do want to say that all of the buildings are so close together, like the beach, the pool, restaurants. They're all super so close together that walking is not a far distance at all. But like I said, you can just look on the app and then it'll show you where the map is so you can see where everything is, but everything is so close, which is super, super nice. And they also pay really great attention to detail. There are these little ashtrays that are along some of the walkways, and every day they are cleaned, they are re-stamped with the logo, and it was just some of those little details that really makes a full experience. There are even these little, I call them towel dispensers at the pool, which they're these wooden boxes, but you just pull out a towel and they feel so warm. And I don't know if it's just a combination of a wooden box and the sun that makes them feel warm, but it was super, super nice because the pool was a little bit cold, especially with it being winter and everything, but it was nice to wrap up in a warm towel. Like I mentioned, the activities. There are so many activities. They have this board for the day and for the week, kind of by the restaurant and pool, and it gives you a time slot for activities. And there's an activity almost every hour of the day. And it's so fun because they literally have something for everyone. They have someone for the sporty person because they have beach or pool volleyball. They have something for the active person. They have bike tours and anything like that. They have something for the crafty person because they have a bracelet making session. They have some local things to do like learn Spanish or do a mezcal tasting, which I definitely did. It was fun. But yeah, they have amazing activities and they have them all throughout the day. They do have different activities different days, so they don't do the same things every day, which is kind of nice. So it's keeps it fresh, keeps it new, but the activities are so fun. And every night they have a show. I don't know why I didn't think they have a show every night, but they did, and it was so much fun. There were some really awesome, amazing acrobatics, and there was one in particular that wasn't so great. I mean, it was a windy night, it was supposed to be a fire show, and since it was too windy, it wasn't safe, so they ended up making it a light show, which ended up being underwhelming, but they did their best with what they had, and it was very, very fun to see all the different varying groups of people that they would have come in and perform. They had, like I said, the acrobatics. They had a circus one night. We had a disco or a silent disco, which that was my second time doing, and those are some of the best times ever because if you've never heard of one before, it's where you are wearing these Bluetooth earphones and the music is coming in the earphones. So there's nothing live out here, it's only here. So if you turn it off, you hear nothing and you hear all these people singing to the music, dancing to the music, off key, which is actually really, really fun. But yeah, they have these nightly shows, and they have this one show, the circus show, where this girl is doing a handstand, back bend, while trying to pop a balloon with a bow and arrow. With her feet. Like what? Yes, I got to see that, and it was awesome. And our last show was a awesome show. It was like, they called it like an African circus, I think they called it. Anyways, it was these group of guys who are extreme awesome athletes, and they're doing these acrobatics. They're standing on top of each other, jumping on top of each other, carrying each other, and it's a little bit sad because they're doing all of this work. We're really excited, so we're like cheering and wooing, and I think we were annoying the people in front of us because they kept like turning around. But I was like, hey, we're having fun. I can tell that they're appreciating us cheering for them because every time that they would look in our direction, they would be like waiting for the encouragement, and as soon as we gave it, they were doing awesome things. So I think it was appreciated. We were having fun, and it was a good time. Okay, so lastly, I want to talk about the service, which I think is one of the most memorable things about this whole entire trip, because the level of service that we had at the resort was unmatched. I've never experienced anything like it. Everybody was so friendly, so helpful, so kind, and so genuine, so welcoming. It was just awesome. We had daily room service we had daily, room service where they come in daily and do like a little tidying up and do a little refreshment of our mini fridge and our mini bar and things like that. We had a nightly turn down service, which I've never had a nightly turn down service, which was kind of fun. And they also delivered little, they call them petites, which VIP members get, which are like 3 little treats, bite-sized little treats, which is kind of nice to have a little sweet treat at the end of the night. Room service, if you would order room service, they have 24-hour room service. They even have an extended menu for VIP members, which has a list of things that are only available to VIP members, and that menu is good. We definitely did call them around 2 in the morning some days, and yeah, it was a good time. But I do want to give a special shout out to, I think it's unanimous when I say this, our favorite person, employee there at the resort. His name is Lalo, and I'll tell you a little about Lalo. So Lalo actually works at the Beloved Resort, which is like a different branch of the Excellence, but because of COVID they had to close for a little bit, which is actually the story for a lot of the people, a lot of the employees that were there during our time. So a lot of them came over to Excellence and were still able to keep their job, were still able to work, and they were awesome. Everybody that was there was just incredible. But anyways, Lalo, he was such a fun treat, and we really only saw him at night during the nightly entertainment, and it was so funny because I swear, like every 15 minutes, 20 minutes, he'd just come bring a little tray of drinks that we didn't even order. I mean, we drank them because they're delicious. But yeah, he would just come bring them to us, didn't even order it, and he would just like joke around with us, have a good time. And I think he really did like us too, because I remember this one time where I ordered a drink from a different waiter, and my waiter brought it over to me, but then he was still helping other people, but he never was our waiter again for the rest of the night because Lalo saw us and he was like, no, that's the people that I'm gonna be serving for the rest of the night. And yeah, I mean, Lalo might have been trying to get us drunk, but honestly, the drinks were a little bit watered down, so it wasn't really that bad. But I just love the staff. The staff are just awesome. There was one employee where I saw him the first day that we got there. I really didn't see him the rest of the time. And my last day, I saw him again. He's like, oh, like how much longer are you staying here? And I was like, oh, like I leave today. And he's like, oh, where's your sister? And I was like, oh, I couldn't believe that he remembered who I was. But yeah, I just think that it's so cool that these employees were so memorable. Like they remembered who I was, even though I saw them only once. It was just an awesome experience, and the staff is awesome. So all in all, I had an absolutely incredible time at the Excellence Resort in the Playa Mujeres in Cancun, Mexico. And if you are planning a trip to Cancun, to Playa Mujeres, I highly, highly recommend checking out the Excellence because you will not regret it. Everything from start to finish was such a treat, such a relaxing moment, and so fun all at the same time. It was awesome. But with that, I'm going to say goodbye. If you want to see what I get up to next, don't forget to hit subscribe because I have some things that are still coming. So if you want to see that, I will see you guys there in the next one.